Just play.
I wouldn't call it rational, Renchant. I would call it cowardly. Aemond died defending this kingdom, and you'll die for betraying it. Now that he's been dealt with, we have real work to do. Please, meet me outside. Situation. I know it wasn't pleasant, but life just isn't always a pleasant thing. Certainly not in my case. Nevertheless, we have responsibilities we cannot simply ignore. Glarica taught me that. And you, of course. I know. I feel partially responsible for her death. But if I give in to remorse or sorrow, I would be doing her a dishonor. From now on, I'm going to honor Aemond's legacy, rule as he would have, as he and Glarica would want me to. No matter what the future holds, Evermore is deeply indebted to you, as I am too. In times like these, we all need a hero like you, to remind us that no matter how bad things get, there's always hope.
Tell the Queen the truth. Her reign will soon end. We are enemies again, you and I. The Imperial's tricks are undone, but your stone city will still fall. Through Crow's eyes, I spy your weak defenses. These lands belong to the Reach, and we will soon sweep through. You don't need a crow's eyes to see this. Use your own. Look north. If you do not spy my armies now, you will soon. Count your blessings, though. Death at a Reachman's hand is more merciful than enslavement at an Imperial's. The sooner your fate is accepted, the better we will all feel. I am queen of these lands, not that weak woman over there. Tell her the truth. After the city's sacked, I'm going to peck out her eyes.
I hope you'll forgive me for being blunt, but under the circumstances, there's no time for social niceties. I am still in awe of what you've done to save the city, but did I just see you talking to a crow? So that's why all these crows have descended on the city? Gods, I knew it wasn't a coincidence. Fine, I'll give every guard a bow. I think it's time for us to do some bird hunting. First though, if you spoke to their leader, what did she say? I see. Not really much of a surprise. The Reachmen are bearing down on Northglen already. We've already sent every soldier we can spare, but there's little chance of turning the tide of battle. Your presence there might make all the difference. Once you get there, I'm sure the Reachmen won't know what hit them. Look for Sergeant Anteve in Northglen. He was just sent there, but with Captain Huron dead, he's one of my most senior officers. I suppose I'll need to give him a promotion. Sure, he could probably use some encouragement. Tell him I'm going to promote him to lieutenant, assuming we defeat the Reachmen, of course.
Nothing down here's in the right place. You know what that means? It just means more dumb dung I gotta deal with before I can get out of here. Caravan contract job east of here in those old Ayleid ruins. Selosli, they call the place. Some mage out there wants an armed escort, and I'm the only one available to go. I can't stand dealing with mages, especially when it's just me. By Moloch, yes. I could use a partner on this one. Like I said, the pickup's out in the Selosli ruins. Meet me out there and we'll make some coin together.
Look like raiders, are you? A notorious band of treasure hunters from the First Era. They went all over Morrowind, looting and pillaging, stealing our people's most sacred relics. I studied them, and tracked down a lockbox holding their great... Because the Fool's password is a combination of letters from the raiders' names and professions. Totally forgotten now. All 4 raiders are buried here, but the gravestones are worn. I found a few clues. I have coin if you can figure this out. It sounds archaic, but the Blacklight raiders were well-rounded. Warrior, cleric, thief, and mage. The mage wrote a letter to one of the others telling how to open the lockbox. Between the letter and the gravestones, I hope we can solve it. That might... all right. If that's true, then what was Willem's last name and profession? No. All right. No! All right. That might... All right. Yes. It seems Willem had quite a sense of humor. Now, let's see what's inside. No gold, no relics, just a silly old blade. I'm sorry, but I was counting on something of value. I can't pay you much now. I don't...
Look here. If it isn't Strasnock's Bane, have you come down to lop off a few more Reachman heads? There are plenty to go around down these parts. Smart woman. Damn glad she's back in charge. Who'd have thought Duke Wrenchind was going to sell us all out? Guess he got what was coming to him. We've got I'm expecting you to come back here with at least a few Reachman heads hanging from your belt. We can mount them on the city walls. I wonder what Captain Huron did with old Strasnock's head. We should get that one up there, too. No? But damn!
I hope you're here to help me. Dureg and his Dark Witnesses attacked without warning. My best scouts go to gather information. Only 2 returned. Any help is welcome. Isabeth was last seen advancing toward the chapel to look for Hatmi. The scouts' mission is to recover information and rescue civilians. We can't let the invaders reach Evermore. Take this concoction Elgeni made. It heals and conceals, according to her. If they're injured, they'll need it, but it only lasts so long. They must come here straight away, or risk the effects wearing off.
Reachman, filth! You're no Reachman. Stendar's finally seen it fit to grant me a little mercy. He did? Not Isabeth? I'd hoped she'd gotten the others to the camp by now. She rescued a Weiris, and a villager named Leotil. The Weiris said they're holding an area beneath the alien ruins. Isa said she'd go and see about an alliance. I told them to leave me here. I'd only slow them down with these wounds. Yes, one of the women of the woods. I was taught never to trust them, but Isa thought they could help us retake Northglen and keep the Reachmen out of Evermore. She might still be with them on the shore. There's an entry to the ruins there.
Thank you. I hope to see you back at the camp.
Another one. Curious. What do you want? She was here. She returned our sister to us, so we are in her debt. The other has a sickness within her, of an unknown kind. We will keep the sick girl away from the land, lest she spread an incurable disease through our woods. If you're curious, speak to Weiris Delphique. She's within the ruins.
Weiris Asteria let you in? I trust she had good reason. What drove you to seek me in this house of stone? Ah, you seek this child. She goes nowhere. She's infected and I must determine what it is she carries inside her. It's a seed for certain, though what the Dark Witnesses have cultivated in the fields of Northglen is a mystery. I've one last attempt at a cure. You're just in time to witness the results. Watch and remember what you are about to see. First, I'll expose the corruption. Look, you can see it plainly. Now to see if I can purge it. Foul creature, be gone! Well, that didn't go as planned. Disturbing, to say the least. So the Dark Witnesses would turn us all into their puppets to reinforce their army and take Evermore. We can't allow that to happen. I tried to draw out the evil, but my spell agitated it, transformed her into one of those abominations roaming Northglen. Small wonder we've seen no prisoners. They've turned them. And as their army grows, so does the threat on the Viridian Woods. The Evermore soldiers? And why should we trust them? If we left the Viridian Woods, they'd cut down our trees in days, and mine the land with no regard for the life harbored there. Take this rune to wither the Reachman's markers in the fields, then cut off Dureg's head. Prove yourself on our side as well, and I'll meet the captain Isabeth spoke of. She left. Said she had to search the farmhouses. Are you stalling, or do you truly believe we can trust the soldiers of Evermore? Isabeth spoke of an alliance too before she left. Well, you can finish her work. Will you take Dureg's head or not? Luck be with you. We'll journey to the Evermore camp if you complete the job. We're closely tied to the land, so we'll know when you've been successful.
Hey, that virgin's point! Ha!
Well, what did you get?
I need to go. Oh, for the love of Mara. I didn't think I'd see the end of this day. Did Captain Garecroft, my father, send you? I know Dureg's plan. He has stores of seeds he plans on using to turn the innocent into pawns for his army. You must destroy the stores. With Dureg out of the way and his weapon destroyed, it will leave this army without a leader and a plan. I'm badly injured. Whatever Dureg was doing to me, probably trying to implant one of those seeds like the others, has left me too weak. You need to go. Finish the mission without me. Besides, if he was successful, I may compromise everything. Perfect. One of Elgeni's, I bet. This will do nicely. Trying to implant me like the rest. He said he was adding me to his ranks. That I'd be the perfect weapon, and he'd watch as I attacked my own father, and my father would have to kill me. I fell unconscious from the pain moments later. I recognize it, and it's one of Elgeni's best. The poultice does more than heal. It grants invisibility. But if you engage any of the Reachmen after you use it, the spell will break.
Increase your mobility.
We can use this.
Company at risk by disobeying order. Thanks to our new ally here, the Weird agreed to help us drive out the Reachmen. I hope you... Where's Delphique? What is the meaning of this?
I thought as much. Captain Garecroft, your scout is infected. Kill her if you wish to maintain this alliance.
I won't kill her based on your word.
Then trust your new ally's word.
I'll make my own judgment. I don't take orders from you.
Father, stop! So it's true. I'm infected. That must be why Elgeni's poultice didn't fully heal me. I wasn't conscious for a while after they captured me. He had time to... Is what Wyrus Delphique says true? Everything I've been through. For this? And my own father won't even acknowledge me as his daughter. But it's worth it, right? My life for an alliance that will save Evermore. I'll let Delphique know I'm ready. I'm sure she won't hesitate, and my father won't stop her. Evermore has always taken priority for him. Evermore and duty. Maybe I follow in his footsteps after all. I've made my decision, Father.
Isabeth, don't be foolish. You can't think straight.
No, Father. I've never been so clear.
We're a Stelfique? Do it. Now, before I change my mind.
Elizabeth!
The Weird expect an alliance now after they murder my daughter in cold blood? They're lucky I don't have them all killed here and now. After what the Weird did to my daughter, the Weirdest killed her without hesitation. I can't have that unpredictability among my soldiers. Isabeth was a foolish girl. I should have disciplined her better. Made her stronger. She never followed orders. I knew this way of life would get her killed. How can I possibly consent to this alliance with her blood on their hands? Yes, Evermore needs this alliance. But I need... Isabeth's sacrifice will be remembered. You've proven yourself as a great ally to Evermore. I'll agree to this alliance. Together, we'll drive out the Reachmen.
Even together, my sisters and these soldiers can only prevent these Reachmen from advancing further south. Defeating the Dark Witnesses for good will require that someone goes deeper into their territory to kill... With the Crows as her spies, Yuella is everywhere. But the Hagraven's physical form is assuredly deep in Reachman-held territory. My sisters have been searching for her, but it will take time. The foul creature has wards that block weird magic. You would venture up to Jackdaw Cove? Yuella's influence has corrupted everything there. It's wretched, but if you are willing, I will not try to dissuade you. Search for my sisters near Jackdaw Cove. Perhaps with your help, Yuella can be destroyed.
How did you get here? Wait, don't answer that. Just tell me that you can help. There are so few of us left. We could use another able-bodied soldier in our ranks. Sir Etienne Hu brought us out here to protect Mercian's hamlet against the Reachmen. When he was wounded, I took command. I'm his squire, and know much of what was in his mind. I've secured a fallback perimeter, such that it is. First, I need to listen to the village elder, Medya Zurich. She offered to heal Sir Etienne, and may have news about his condition. And then yes, I do need help to deal with this situation. Stay right here. Medya, what is it? Is Sir Etienne all right?
He's doing fine. And when he returns, you all will leave?
We'll stay until Mercian's hamlet is free. Or Sir Etienne and I both fall in the fight.
I see. Well, he'll be resting comfortably soon. I'll go see to the poor knight now, then.
Good. Good, he's all right. Now let's go over what we need. Sir Etienne is all right. That puts my mind at ease. Now I do need your help. This is more of a challenge than I expected. We arrived with our horses on those merchant ships, along with Sir Etienne. Maybe it was rash to go against our orders and come here in defense of simple villagers. I won't presume to judge the actions of the men and women who died for our cause. Yes, Sir Etienne was adamant we do so, though our venture seemed ill-fated from the start. We didn't expect these wild ones, these Reachmen, would best Evermore trained soldiers. And yet you can see how poorly we fared against them. Just as they were 30 years ago. The madmen. They used the trees, rocks, and homes here to outmaneuver our horses. I haven't ridden since the Black Drake's War. It's one of the only reasons I survived this skirmish. Sir Etienne, we arrived. You've the look of an experienced combatant. Hold the line while I check on Sir Etienne at Medya's home. The witchmen seem content to ransack the village for now. Could this be? All he needed was a splint for his leg after his horse fell on him. And now he's dead. Why would someone kill him? It's his own sword. I shouldn't have left him alone. Please, look around to see if there are any traces of his killer. Yes, but she wasn't here when I arrived. She may have gone out to find a poultice or herbs or whatever she needed to treat his pain. I hope she's all right. Though she should have waited for me to get here before leaving Sir Etienne alone. Have you found something? Anything to indicate who killed Sir Etienne? I could help you figure out what happened here, if you tell me what you found. I might not have your eye for detail, but I knew Sir Etienne well. Sir Etienne doesn't look like he put up a fight. That's not like him, even if he was hit from behind. His leg's been tended to. Looks like he was attacked while eating. He didn't know anyone here that I know of. Who could he possibly trust enough to lower his guard? That would take a lot of force, all things considered. Sir Etienne's armor was in fine shape. His squire would see to that. If that proves anything, I think it shows that the only person who didn't kill him was Medya. Why treat someone if you expected to kill them? So they were comfortable, or in no hurry. Perhaps Medya washed her hands before going outside. They say the witchmen lust after the scent of blood. So they weren't concerned that Medya or I would discover what happened. Either that, or they just didn't care if anyone found the scene, assuming that it would blend in with the carnage outside. I'm sorry, but I don't see how that could be related. Do you think Sir Etienne was reading the book when he was killed? It's a pretty dry topic to just pick up for no reason. She hadn't mentioned having a son. Hardly damning evidence, though. What is it? I find it hard to believe that a goodly old midwife would have anything to do with this heartless slaughter. Her apprentice Robert Foucher is down by the docks. I imagine he would be a good place to start asking questions.
intellectually stimulating. A most auspicious find. We have an accord. Did that creature offend you somehow? That could prove useful in our work.
I'm nearly out of supplies treating all these wounded guards. If you have something to ask, be quick about it. Kinnereth's tears. She's been taking too many risks in trying to treat the wounded who haven't fled here. You didn't find her dead out there, did you? That's a relief, I think. What did you want to ask me about then? In all the years I've been her apprentice, more than 3 now, I've never heard her say an unkind thing. She's the closest thing this dumpy little fishing hamlet has to a leader. A son? It would be the first I've heard of it. Medea is like a mother to a lot of us, but she's never raised any children that I know of. She hasn't lived to be as old as she is without being careful. There's not. They did.
Etienne is too near to my heart. She was in league with them. Her own son led them here to Mercian's hamlet, and she let Sir Etienne die. What choice do you think I ask you to make? The woman is the hamlet's only healer. She volunteered to take care of Sir Etienne. She knew how to save him, and she chose not to. Her son was with the Reachmen that raided Mercian's hamlet. Yes, you're right. Of course she should stand trial, so that the people of Evermore can know what happened here. I will. Once I've made arrangements, we will return to the city with our captive. She was a good woman once, and in many ways still is. Whatever her fate, as it comes through my decisions, she deserves to look me in the eye as it happens.
I'm sorry. Did you want to talk about history? Intriguing subject, isn't it? I've been in the castle library for days. Fascinating how accounts differ relating to the siege of Orsinium. The second one, that is. About time. I've put off leaving Evermore for weeks waiting for this. Of course, they put me in the stocks if I came back without it. Whether it's Clan Agluk or Clan Morkel could change the course of history. Clan Morkel was once proud, but has grown weak. Many clan members have left for other clans. This would turn that around. Clan Agluk is relatively young and wants to gain respect. This would increase their stature. You have the letter. Which is it? Who would have thought it was Clan Agluk? They're all but extinct. To be honest, I think there are only a handful left. This may be just the thing to bring them back. Regardless, I just want to go home. Thank you for making that possible.
You heard the call, didn't you? You have been chosen to help stop the blasphemy in the ruins below, to stop the laws of nature from being broken. I too was carried here on the tides of fate for this reason. We must work together. Yes, I serve Hermaeus Mora, the Lord of Fate and Knowledge. These ruins were once a shrine to my lord, a storehouse of secrets forbidden to mortals. The shrine is but a memory now, but an entity invades the ruins seeking to steal the secrets. A spirit? A Daedra? This is part of what must be exposed. Whatever it is, it has enslaved local villagers, calling them Rain Disciples. It taps their minds for its power. To what end I do not know, but I believe you can unmask its intentions. Wisps serve the entity below, drawing the essences of the enslaved Rain Disciples and depositing these essences in troughs. Slay one of the wisps and take the essence it carries to the troughs. I believe this will expose the entity's intentions.
children. With each essence, we draw closer to the dream. We must work quickly, before the Desert Prince's servants can stop us. We have nearly enough essences now. Tell Apostle Marion it is time to prepare.
Fortuitous! Perhaps a tactical approach! Hostilities ended. Now, to relax.
Please, stranger. We mean you no harm, yet you enter our domain with distrust, killing our disciples. My mistress says you have been misled, that you should help rather than hinder us in our endeavors. Lorelia. She is a Nereid. She is the water spirit of Lake Halcyon. Lorelia says the primeval seekers have misled you. She is an element of nature, seeking only to foster life. She told me to explain her purposes here. The landscape of Tamriel is ever-changing. The desert south of here is expanding and will someday overtake this area too. Lake Halcyon has already begun to slowly dry up. Lorelia only seeks to prevent that, to keep the lake and the forest alive. These ruins hold ancient secrets and relics of power. With them, Lorelia can create a water stone, an everlasting source of water that can keep Lake Halcyon alive for all eternity. Myself, the Rain Disciples, and the Wisps aid her in this mission. The cultists worship the greedy Lord Hermaeus Mora. They would hoard the secrets buried here. They do not wish us to make use of them. They will do anything. They have even been capturing our disciples and holding them prisoner. Just to hinder our efforts. That's why they sent you as well. I'm sorry you've been caught up in this. I won't ask you to join us, but surely you can see that our disciples have done no wrong. Would you be willing to free them as a favor? Lorelia promises she will reward you generously for your assistance. The primeval seekers are holding our disciples across this water and down in the east side of the ruins. Please, free them as soon as you can. They are people from Evermore, Northglen, or other nearby villages. Like myself, they were drawn to Lorelia. Lorelia.
hear that this Nereid learned one of the most dangerous secrets about the natural order, and now... No point hiding it now. When a mortal dies, where do you think their memories go? Don't bother guessing. I'll tell you. They go into the water. They become water. All the memories of Tamriel's history are stored in its waters. The details and implications of this secret are mind-spinning, and would require a lifetime of study and contemplation. Exactly. And it seems they never will. Their memories are lost to them forever. The Lord of Knowledge abhors this transgression. The Nereid must not be allowed to continue in this endeavor, nor can she be permitted to create a Waterstone. The secrets to creating a Waterstone are forbidden. The natural progression is for the landscape in this area to evolve into a desert. The Nereid's not fighting for nature. She's fighting for self-preservation, and at her disciples' expense. There is no other way for this to end. The Nereid has stolen forbidden secrets and committed... Our first concern must be ensuring that the Nereid does not acquire the capability to create a Waterstone. Then we must hurry. To create the Waterstone, she'll infuse all those memory essences into something, probably the relics she's stolen. We need to find them. I think I know where the Nereid's lair is, but I'll need a distraction to get there. Yes. Go into the cavern and burn the disciples' food supplies. That should suffice. Then come and find me on the upper levels. That's where I think we'll find the entrance.
A prosperous discovery. What's next?
This is the entrance to her lair. I'm sure of it. I don't see her in there, so Yes, I'll stay out here and keep watch. Take whatever relics you can find, and look for some sign as to where the Nereid herself might be hiding. Even without a Waterstone, she's too dangerous to be left alive.
You dare to enter my... Traitor! I can't believe I thought you would help us! It is clear that you've given over to the same greed and brutality as those primeval seekers. But why would you dare enter my personal chambers? Liar! It's not the relics you want. You want to steal my memory essences, don't you? Too late. I've already infused them. Into myself.
I am the Waterstone. Once I act, they have outlived their usefulness, as have you. Enjoy your last few breaths.
All is quiet out here. Did you find any relics? She's turned herself into a Waterstone. That mad creature. I never would have even guessed that was possible. Fascinating. Flood the ruins! That would kill everyone! Which I guess would suit her just fine. Damn it.
You think you can stop me from flooding this place? Ah.
So, you are the one the Tides of Fate carried here to stop this transgression? I had watched this pathetic spirit's attempt to avoid her fate with some amusement. But I knew it would eventually have to come to an end. Where would be the fun in that? The individual yarns of fate do not concern me. It is the tapestry they weave that I watch and record. All threads, even yours, only make up a small. I do. I can see your future and your past. The yarn of your life is interesting. Perhaps even amusing, one might say. It is spun from a strong thread, to be sure, but all threads eventually run out. No. Yes, that is what you will do. First, though, I have something. Whether you want it or not is irrelevant. I like to reward those who amuse me. And this is for you. You will take it.
Keep your distance, outsider. The last thing we need is some rock-brained city dweller bumbling around. Darkness dominates this part of the forest. Uella the Hagraven and her Reachmen are encamped here. For now, at least. She did? I find that hard to believe. Delphique knows how I feel about outsiders. Regardless, whatever your reasons for coming, they'll have to wait. Right now, we are in no position to offer anyone aid. And certainly not a city dweller. Uella the Hagraven and her Reachmen have taken over this part of the forest. And everything here, including the Wirises, are weaker as a result. Where they travel, the forest slowly withers and dies. We will drive Uella and her dark witnesses from here, or we will die. Unfortunately, the old hag is no stranger to weird magic. She has constructed foul totems that suppress our power. You expect me to trust one such as you? Perhaps, if one of my sisters keeps an eye on you. Weiris Rashan is young, but she will do. Rashan returns shortly from scouting. If you really wish to help us, she can join you to destroy the totems. Here she comes now. Rashan, we have a volunteer to destroy Yuela's totems.
We aren't in the habit of trusting outsiders, but the suffering of the forest seems to have softened my sister's heart. If you really wish to help us, I suppose that's an offer we can't refuse. It won't be easy. First, you will need to destroy Yuela's totems. They keep us from drawing on the power of nature for our magicka. The Reachmen guard them closely, but I'll fight at your side. No spells, but I've got sharp claws and a mean bite. I do what I do for the forest, not for you. There are 3 totems, just a bunch of strung-together sticks for you, but they're like poison to me. I can't get too close, so it's all on you to destroy them. All right?
I dare another one. Of all the travesties against nature, this is the most foul. This is the last one, the last Spriggan. There used to be hundreds in Jackdaw Cove. Frolic. Worse, they poisoned them, corrupted them, turned them into monstrosities. Those lurchers. This is the only Spriggan left, and the Reachman's poison already courses through her branches. She will soon transform unless I am able to treat her. My sisters would not want me to trust an outsider, but they are not here, and I cannot leave her side. Frankly, I am surprised you share my concerns. You are sure you wish to help me? I need hardwood from inside the lurchers. It's the only thing that will help the little Spriggan at this point. I hesitate to ask more of an outsider, but we could do...
You are interrupting scholarship! And tranquility.
I can actually feel the forest again. This is good. The natural order is re-emerging already. It's still very weak, though. She has to die. Until Yuela's gone, the corruption remains. Her blood is the nurture the forest needs. Whoa. My magicka is returning, and it's making me lightheaded. Meet me?
Vandal! Destroying my art! You will regret!
Fortuitous!
Playing with the little girls of the forest. A game with me, though many have come to regret. How exactly does my new playmate plan to win? Tell me! To kill Yuela, you must find her first. I can reach you, but you cannot reach me. Where I am is a secret only a crow can know. And the crow's call for your death, not mine. Come after me, and the last sight you will see will be a black beak.
Divergence point! Ha!
I fear the time is running short. The poison has nearly consumed the poor little thing. Quickly then, allow me to combine the heartwood shards into a poultice. She's fought so hard to resist the poison and deserves rest. I hope so. Here, Take the poultice and apply it to the poor little thing. I must be prepared to do whatever is necessary. Pray to your gods that it works. Poor little thing. I'm glad we could at least ease her passing. It is done. The last Spriggan is dead. It is good that we eased her passing. The abominations are created just across the water. A witchman has built a transformation altar there to perform his foul work. I am not equipped for this task. Will you go destroy the altar and kill the witchman for me? For the Spriggans who died?
What pathetic creature meddles with my magic? Now, kill! You will fail! Excellent! But we can always do better.
Did you destroy the altar and kill that bastard witchman? Thank you. You've given me much peace. I think I'll make it my personal crusade to repopulate the Spriggans here. I'll find some in Glenumbra and Viridian Wood to bring back. So perhaps we will cross paths again.
Listen, I was wrong to be so hard on you before. You've certainly proven now that you deserve my trust. I appreciate your help more than I can express, especially if you'll see this thing through. You did? Well, I guess we got the old hag's attention. Maybe we put the foul thing on the defensive. Of course, she probably has layers upon layers of protection. I don't even know how to find her. I don't suppose you have any inkling? The poor crows. She's taken complete control of them. Their spirits are helpless. They can only watch what happens to their physical forms from the nature realm. She does have them coming and going, though, so they would know where to find her. As a matter of fact, now that I can draw on the power of nature again, there is. I can take you into the nature realm, not in that form, of course, but it would allow us to talk to the crow's true spirits. I don't think Uella's going to...
Must be nice to be able to travel between this realm and the physical realm. I'm stuck here. Yes, I'm stuck. If she were here, I'd peck her eyes out. No, she's not in the nature realm. But of course, you can't reach her in the physical realm.
A wolf tried to eat me once, you know.
Just because we're in the nature realm, you think we can be friends now? Maybe. Did that Hagraven trap your spirit here? Oh? If you can access the physical realm, you might have a chance. The door to Yuela's lair is in this realm, you see. But you have to break the wards in the physical realm.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
One fine day in the middle of the night, two dead kings got up to fight. Back to back they faced each other, drew their bows, and stabbed themselves.
We can dispense with the small talk. I know why you're here. Even in the nature realm, news travels fast among crows. Getting to Yuela is impossible, though. Even if you break her wards, entering her domain. Well, why didn't you just say so? That would work. There is something different about you, isn't there? Yuela's lair is in the island tower. Break the wards in the...
This looks like the place. I guess you're the one who's going in. Here I was, just starting to feel like you're one of the pack, and now we have to part ways. Obviously, I'll have to be the one to break the wards on the door. I don't think so. Her lair's actually in the physical realm, so you'll assume your physical form. Probably not so much chewing, I suppose. That's good, though. You'll need your hands. After the crone's dead, you'll have to get her nasty little heart. When I said her blood was the nurture that the forest needs, I meant that, literally. She's the source of the corruption here, so we need her heart to perform the ritual to cleanse the forest. So, are you ready to go get it? There, back in the physical realm. Time to do this. All right, the door should be open now. Go get me that heart.
Freedom! Freedom at last! And Yuela dead! Dead! Sweet relief. No more voices. No more restraint. Bodies and minds together again. Yes, free and feasted. The Hagraven was all skin and bones, but what's there is sweet to eat. So thank you for saving us, and thank you for supper.
The Reachmen must have sensed Yuela's death. They started to panic and fight amongst themselves. Made them easy pickings for me and my sisters. Now, the heart. You do have it, I hope. You see all the giant vines choking the life out of everything here. The ritual will purge the area of their evil presence. It's necessary for the land to heal. Why are you stalling, though? You've grown attached to those vines? Actually, Hold on to it. I have an idea. Wyrus Freda will howl, but I think you've earned the honor. Let us begin the ritual, and once we've penetrated the earth, you can throw the heart into the circle to complete the spell. All right, sisters. Let us begin the ritual. It's your moment. Go ahead. Throw the heart into the circle. Are you waiting for the seasons to change again?
This is pleasant. Now we just need to brew up some tea.
Who would have guessed it would be an outsider who would show up and kill Yuella? I doubt this means we'll start inviting families from Evermore out to visit, but maybe, just maybe, we can be a little more friendly. I, for one, am as grateful to you as the flowers are to the sun. You brought life back to these lands when it was nearly choked out. Though we may never officially call an outsider a friend, I think we can at least consider you an ally. Well, I expect you won't be returning anytime soon to enjoy my sister's hospitality, and I can guarantee we won't run into each other on some city street. So I guess this is goodbye then. Of course. I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. I didn't think about it before, but I suppose this means the Reachmen are no longer a threat to Evermore either. All right. Well, if you ever come back to this neck of the woods, we'll kill you. I'm only joking. Wyrus humor again.
Praise the Eight. I can't tell you how delighted I am to see you. First the Reachmen advance stopped, then the crows flew away, and now you're back. I have a feeling you bring good tidings. Amazing. What seemed like a hopeless situation has turned around completely. Believe it or not, I have good tidings to share with you too. Imperial Magus General Septim Atharn is requesting a parley. I'm hoping it's to discuss a peace settlement. No, I wouldn't put anything past the Imperials. I'm optimistic, but not naive. That's why I've been delaying the meeting. I want you there, just in case. We'll also have members of the Fighters and Mages Guilds on hand, if we need them. Now that you're here, we can get on with it. Gabrielle is joining us from the Mages Guild, and Darian from the Fighters Guild. I suppose you want to discuss strategy with them. When you're ready, just ask Gabrielle to open the portal.
Ha! I thought we were in for a bit of easy coin with this job until the Queen said you were coming along. Now I know to expect danger. Bring it on, though. If the plan goes awry, that just means... For us, it's just sticking by the Queen. If the Magus General starts chanting, we go for the windpipe. If things really go to oblivion, we'll be shielding the Queen until Gabrielle can get us all out of there. I can tell you this much, with all due respect for the Royal Guard. Queen Argella could not be any safer than she will be under my protection. I look out for the ladies, you know. Queen's included. I've seen some ups and downs. You know how it is. Life hasn't been a slog through a poisonous swamp, nor has it been a...
Surprised to see me? Sounds like I already missed some interesting experiences. A Hagraven controlling crows? I want to see that. This business has potential too. Of course, our part only comes into play. We'll be in position above the parley site. If the Imperials try anything, we'll make sure they regret it. The three of us can cast spells to rain down fire, ice, lightning. We have it all. You'll just need to tell us where to target our spells. I hope so, because we're going to spread out and each cover a different area. If anyone comes, we'll call it out, but we'll wait for you to direct us. Whenever you're ready to go to the parley site, let me know and I'll open a portal. Let's hope that creating portals is the only magic we need today. Excellent. I'm going to open one portal directly to the parley site for the Queen and the Fighters Guild members, and another to take us above. Actually, I guess we should go first. Now, which portal was which? Oh, I remember. Here we go! Give me a moment here. It takes a lot of energy to open a portal over this distance. That should do it. Enter when ready. We'll be right behind you. Good. Looks like everyone ended up in the right place. Let's get to our positions. The Queen should be here any moment. I hope at least.
Clear! Take out positions!
I don't like this. Where's the Magus General? It's not like a Tharn to be late.
Impatience is hardly the mark of a strong ruler, Your Majesty.
When you're queen, you're welcome to set a finer example, Magus General.
That's one honor I do not seek. What I do seek is the unconditional surrender of Evermore.
You came all this way just to make absurd demands? I'm surprised.
Hardly absurd, Argella. I tried the soft approach with the Duke, but you spoiled that effort. I've come to make one final offer. Surrender, or you will die.
Your threats carry little weight, Septima. Bankerai Garrison still stands between us, and it does not fall easily. Or did you miss that in your history lessons?
Those who hide in the shadows of the past are crushed when its structures come tumbling down. Bankerai Garrison has already fallen. My legionnaires walk its battlements even now.
Is this another one of your lies? I don't care. It's clear you want a war, and if that's what you want, you can have it. Ugh! What? She's not even here. It's an illusion.
Ha! Just remember, you struck first, Argella. 7th Legion, attack!
Ambush! Defend the Queen at all costs!
Fried fire salts. They're coming all right. Don't forget, we're looking to you to direct our spells. Don't worry about targeting over our allies.
Torches! Man out!
Everyone, call them out when you see them.
Time to see.
They just keep coming. Another group from the south.
Laura's switching tips. I'm glad.
And
my magicka is almost depleted. It's going going to take all I've got to open a portal back to the palace. Be ready.
Can't you pass any faster, Gabriella? The Imperials can. More portals opening up.
Portal to Evermore. Go, Your Majesty. Go!
I should be glad we got away, but I'm too angry to think. They've taken the garrison? The brutish swine. If there is one thing I do before I die, it's going to be spitting on the corpse of that cowardly wench Septima Tharn. Were we? Where are Darian and Gabrielle? I thought they were coming right behind us. Damn it. I would not have them sacrifice themselves. Not for me, at least.
That could have gone better.
I didn't think I had another portal in me. Glad I was wrong.
Well, at least some of us survived. It seems the crows have departed from Evermore, but the Black Cloud hasn't. With Bankerai garrison taken, there's nothing stopping the Imperials from marching here. I didn't retake the throne to watch the kingdom fall, though. We'll find... I know you will. I'm counting on it. Without you, this castle would already be flying Imperial banners. You've saved the kingdom, and now it's Queen. If there's one person I believe in, it's you. Still, I don't know how we're going to do it alone.
Fortunately, you won't have to.
Emmerich, I mean, Your Majesty. Thank the gods.
I've just been informed of what's happened at Bankerai Garrison. It seems my timing is impeccable as ever. So you're the one who's been helping my cousin Argella hold the kingdom together? Of course. And now you'll have some help. I brought as many Lion Guard as I could muster. We were hoping to spill some Reachman blood for old time's sake, but the Imperials will suffice. Are you ready to retake the garrison, then? Excellent. I'll organize our forces and march to Bankerai Pass within the hour. I've already sent scouts to assess the Imperials' defenses. If you get there before me, look for Scout Nadira. We can finalize our plans when we're all there.
I know there's a war afoot and all that, but there's a problem here at the graveyard. The corpses are climbing out of their graves. I promise, this isn't my fault. No, I don't know nothing. I was just bringing Prince Adrian in here to lay him to rest in the royal crypt. But when these walking bones started popping up, I ran for it. I just left the prince's corpse laying out. But what was I supposed to do? It's up there a ways, outside the royal crypt. One of the prince's knights stayed there to protect him. She can be noble if she wants, but I'd rather be alive. I do feel bad, though. That's why I was thinking maybe if I could find someone to help her. If you could find a way to get all those corpses back in the ground while you're up there, I sure would appreciate that. I can't make a living if I can't get into the graveyard.
And that's done. What's next?
The prince has risen. It's a miracle.
What's going on here? I don't understand any of this. Last thing I remember, we were fighting the Reachmen outside Northglen. I saw my father fall. I tried to get to him, and then everything went black. Then, how am I having this conversation? I mean, I feel different. I don't even think my heart's beating, but then why am I not ambling about mindlessly trying to kill the living? Isn't that what the undead do? Dame Valeri says the gods have resurrected me, but why? Because of my bloodline? I'm sorry, this is just too much. I don't know. If the dead here are rising and this is the royal crypt, have any of my ancestors risen? Maybe they can give us some answers. I know it's unlikely, but I'm hoping that if I'm alive, maybe my father is too. Maybe Dame Valeri is right. Maybe the gods are giving us a second chance.
This tomb was built to hold royal remains, but none remain within. The remains of the royal family have vacated this place. They return to the land of living to follow the anointed and to avenge their bloodline. Prince Adrian is the anointed. He too has been blessed to rise again. Archay himself, of course. His church sits nearby. These grounds are consecrated in his name. This was foreseen. Death denied the prince from defeating Evermore's enemies, but the anointed shall now command an army of the dead. A mortal cannot hope to understand the will of the divine. You must simply tell him to trust the power with which he is imbued. His destiny will unfold as he trusts his instincts.
Whatever was in the royal crypt, at least it doesn't appear to have been lethal. Tell me, though, did you learn anything? Any explanation? Then the gods do want something of me. I guess it's a second chance. A chance to redeem my father, myself. To get revenge. It truly is a miracle, then. I could lead the undead here to defeat the Reachmen. The Reachmen have been dealt with? This is tremendous news. I'm not surprised to hear about the Imperials. They were attacking southern Bankerai before, and I knew they wouldn't stop there. Perhaps now my undead army can drive them back. I don't know for certain, but when you said it, something about it just feels right. That seals the deal, then. We should make preparations. I'm feeling stronger by the minute. Dame Valyria is just over there trying to figure out where the undead are coming from.
There you are. I was beginning to worry. It seems that more and more of the dead are rising every minute. Did you learn anything in the crypt? Really? Maybe he's right, talking about an undead army. But if this is his army, why are they hostile? We might have to earn their allegiance. Have you seen these blue flames in the ruins? I think they're somehow inciting the undead to violence. I do. I tried holy water on one and it seemed to do the trick. If you'll take it and extinguish a few more flames, that may help pacify the undead. After that, let's meet at the monument south by the rocks. I saw someone skulking around over there. It's a priest of Archay, but something's wrong with him. He's just completely ignoring me. I'm not sure how I might have offended him, but if the blessing on Prince Adrian comes from Archay, the priest should be able to help us. I think he's had ample time to pray at this point.
O Divine Lord, protector of the eternal balance between life and death, I beseech you, remove this dark curse from your sacred... Shh! Or do you revel in the defilement of sacred law? These burial grounds are cursed, and I am pleading with Archay to reveal the source of the corruption. Unless you know the source, please, let me be. It did? That would be quite a surprise, considering Arche is opposed to undeath in all its forms. Do you think the god simply changed his mind? Why would he possibly do that? The prince has risen as well? This scenario grows more foul by the hour. What befell King Aemond and his son was tragic, but I cannot imagine it so offends Arche that he would break the natural order. I don't know. I should see Prince Adrian. That's the only way to ascertain if he's truly touched by the god. In the meantime, it might help me to commune with Arche if we stopped the dark spirits from defiling the other monuments. No. Your impatient friend here can escort me to the prince. I need your help with the spirits defiling the monuments. Destroy the defilers, and then I will have the clarity I need. After that...
Fear me, priest. Is it because I can control what you cannot?
Your Highness, I'm sure he means no offense. Please, calm yourself.
As long as he treats me with the respect I deserve, we won't have a problem.
I'm out of my depth here. If it comes to blows, I can't raise my sword against Prince Adrian, but I can't stand by and watch him strike down an unarmed priest either. This is starting to look like not such a miracle after all. Well, the good news is the undead didn't attack us. They actually bowed to Prince Adrian. Father Quiston's not exactly impressed with that fact, though. He thinks it's a very bad sign, and he told... Well, we tested that out, and dripped some holy water on Prince Adrian's hand. It burned. That pretty much says it all. But Father Quiston believes there's still a chance we can remove the corruption. We saw skeletons digging up corpses and piling them up in the mausoleums as death shrines. Father Quiston believes that cleansing the mausoleums with holy water might have some effect. I'd hate to leave the prince, though. Will you go?
Why do you work against The priest fears the unknown. That is why he refuses to acknowledge the gift the prince has been given. The priest is blinded by his preconceptions of power. This is a blessing for all of Bankorai. What matter is it whether it comes from you regard power and opportunity as corruption? Such has always been the perspective of small minds.
To Apocrypha with you.
And the thorn in my side returns. Your prince has accepted the gift I offered. He is a visionary. He sees beyond convention. But he suffered enough in life. In death, I am giving him the glory he deserves. I told him, by giving in to my guidance, together we could purge this land of all our enemies. He was willing to make this sacrifice. You should honor his decision. I may not be a god, but with the strength of the prince's soul, my powers are considerable. Come, see for yourself.
The prince has accepted the truth. The force that has brought him back from death is thoroughly evil. Say your farewells, and I will consecrate him. That will put his body and his soul to rest.
That certainly wasn't my finest hour. But I thought it was RK. I thought he was giving me a second chance. There's nothing more foul than this creature's deception. It must have hailed from the depths of oblivion itself. Death. Death and destruction. It would have given me vengeance against my enemies, but it wouldn't have stopped there. It will never stop unless we stop it. Yes, the life force inside me is evil through and through. Thank you for saving me, friend. I wish I could have known you when I was alive. But this will have to suffice. I am ready to die.
If you have said your goodbyes, Prince Adrian, it is time.
Wait. Are you sure there's no other way?
It's all right, Valeri. I accept it. And you must too. You served me in life and saved me in death. I can be at peace now. This chill. I remember it. Goodbye, Valeri.
It is done. His body and soul are at rest.
It's done then. He can now rest again. For good this time. I suppose I should be relieved, but somehow I feel like I've let him down. I did everything in my power to protect him. If I could have taken the death blow on the battlefield, I would have done it without hesitation. He should have been king. I'll return to Evermore to serve the crown. I am still a knight. It's my duty. First, though, I will do what I came here to do. I will lay the prince to rest. The woods welcome you. Know that the creatures here are neither enemies nor friends. For you? Perhaps. The Viridian Sentinel once kept the wild at bay for the folk of Bankurai, but his power wanes. Soon he may regret saving the Princess of Evermore. Her mother already mourns her death, so why interrupt the natural course? Gravely wounded, but yes, Princess Alara is here. The Sentinel tends to her, and it takes all his power to draw her away from death. He will be at the Standing Stones by Viridian Lake. His power is strongest there. Look for the broken statue. It overlooks the altar where he works.
Sad, isn't it? Poor child. No. As the Sentinel, I must warn you that these woods aren't safe. But as old girls, I'm glad to see a friendly face.
I remember when that child wasn't more than a knee's height, and now she's laid out like a corpse. She was attacked and left for dead by the wayside like a beast. Well, she won't die on my watch, not if you can help me. Around the lake, you'll find rings of mushrooms, fairy rings, but fairies aren't what I need. Take my amulet. Get down in the center of the rings and feel the earth. I need the energy from there to keep Alara alive. I need to take the child back to my hut. It's just up the hill a bit. Can't miss it.
Ah, time for tea then. Drive this thing. Many tentacles.
If I was younger, I could instantly purge the poison running through this young lady's veins. Now it takes all my strength just to keep her breathing. The poor dear. Just in time. I've made a salve for Alara that'll help her wake. I'll channel what energy I have left into her. The amulet should be able to sustain me afterwards. This'll just take a moment. Took more out of me than I thought. Go on, give it to the poor girl. I'll be all right.
I was asleep? What am I doing in this hovel? And who are you? No, I remember. Stenwick brought me here. I was sick. Then you have my gratitude. I feel weak, but not unwell. It seems my outer wounds have all been healed. Tell me, stranger, how fares Evermore? I see. My mother must be in mourning then. I will send word that I am well, if Stenwick is willing. Ah, we have company, it seems.
The forest feels your weakness, Sentinel. This is treacherous ground.
Enter Daemara. Was that a warning or a threat?
Stenwick, who's this? A Weirus?
Yes, child. You will know more of them soon enough.
Is that so? You're more foolish than I thought, old man.
Don't think anything of this. The Weird are a strange folk. The Weird and I have always had a tenuous relationship, but saving Alara was something I needed to do, regardless of their objections. It will make this process harder than it needs to be, but I still have some spirit in me yet. It's quite complicated. Suffice to say, they don't think I should use the forest power for such things. Of course, they'd much rather I didn't exist at all. But it changes nothing. There's work to be done, and I'm not getting any younger. My salve was but a reprieve, I fear. In order to safeguard Alara, I need to do something drastic, and I'll need the Weird's help. You've seen the Spriggans of the forest, I'll bet. There's one that's much older and much wiser than the rest of them. Some call her the voice of the forest. In a way, she is. I need a bud from one of her branches, one freely given. It can harness the full power of these woods to safeguard Ilara's life. May I ask your aid once again? Find the voice of the forest. It shouldn't be difficult to find, but if you must... Many Spriggans carry a spore that returns to the voice of the forest when the Spriggan dies. You could kill them and follow it to the voice, but that certainly won't make it very happy. Take my amulet. Its power is spent, but the voice of the forest will recognize it and grant you an audience. Wirris Damara may not welcome you when you take the bud to her, but persevere. She knows what the Weird must do.
I won't sit here and let you do all the work.
If we must.
We have to find the voice of the forest. If Stenwick needs a sprig and bud, then I'll do anything to— I suppose you're right. I'll stay here with Stenwick. But this forest voice, if it's like a spriggan, it will react to their deaths. I bet you could kill some spriggans to draw it out. And if we never find it? No. Kill the spriggans. It's the best chance to do this quickly. Probably. But they're animals.
This creature disturbs the woods with the Sentinel's binding as a token. Has the forest not bent to the whims of the Sentinel already? What more can we give? So he may pass our yoke to another, a stranger to the woods. Your demand is empty, voice of the Sentinel. Why should we care for a mortal? The Sentinel cannot, but perhaps you can. The amulet prevents the woods from cleansing itself. Sprouts lie sleeping within the troll's offal. Already the woods are defiled by habitations. Then take your prize, mortal, and be gone.
A familiar scent surrounds you. Did the Sentinel send you? How dare the Sentinel pick his successor out of pity? But she didn't bring us the bud, you did. Why should we give our blessing to one who needs another to carry her? He didn't even trust you enough to tell you, did he? Let the Sentinel explain it to you when you next see him. I'll do my part and no more. Where is this princess who is greater than the needs of nature? Too weak to even follow you? No, the forest does not need such a creature. The Sentinel oversteps his bounds, and the Weird will not allow it.
You'll say it to my face.
I will. You are weak. Fit for little more than prey. How do you hope to wield the Sentinel's power?
Stenwick is trying to save my life. I don't know what he has planned, but I certainly owe it to him to see this through.
The child knows nothing, and he expects us to offer our blessing?
I don't know what Stenwick is planning, but if it'll save my life, I trust him. I don't understand why these weird people can't see that. Sounds like jealousy to me. It won't stand in my way. I won't give up a second chance at life for the whims of some forest folk. Stenwick is a kind man. Why won't they see that he means no harm? The Weird can't interfere forever. Let them bless this thing and be done with it.
Once the Viridian Sentinel stood for something more than a wet nurse to spoil children. Now he expects us to train and rear this daughter of the city as our own? No. The Sentinel asks too much. His time wanes. He will make this girl the new Sentinel, untrained and unfit. He holds no respect for the forest and no respect for the Weird. What does it matter to us if one child withers to allow the forest to grow free, I ask you? We've heard nothing from the Sentinel these past days but demands. Still, we will do what must be done. Perhaps Althene will help you prepare it. For the Sentinel's ritual, he needs a spriggan bud, freely given. You have obtained that, but the bud will not bloom without nurturing. I hope you aren't squeamish about blood. But sister, you said this was the last time we would help the Sentinel. Enough. Come, let us finish the blessing and be done with it. Come along, then. We have a sacrifice ready. When I say, Hold the bud out in your hands. Keep them steady, no matter what happens. Plunge it into the offering. Quickly!
The Weird have stalled long enough. Stenwick isn't healthy, and we must do what he asked before it's too late. Go to him. Tell him what we've done. I have a feeling they don't dare harm me as long as I'm under Stenwick's protection. We'll see if I guessed correctly. Of course. And this bud may heal Stenwick, the way he healed me. We'll need to use it if we're to save him. Take him to that altar in the lake. I'll meet you there.
Can't take a portal?
I was hoping you'd return before... I couldn't speak to you one last time. It's good Alar's not with you. I'd hate for her to see me in such a state.
Time, my friend. I gave my everything to heal Alara, and it won't be enough. That's why I sent you to get the Spriggan bud. The only way she'll live past a fortnight is if she becomes the Sentinel. And luckily there'll be a vacancy shortly. In a sense, the power of the Sentinel is immortal. I'm old, but Alara is young. The Sentinel's power will take root and flourish in her. The Weird fear what she will become, but you can't let that stop you. Take my essence. When I'm gone, tell her she must tame the will of the woods. The bud will summon, and the amulet will bind. The Weird certainly won't help, considering they'd much rather see this power go to waste. Don't let the Sentinel's power fade. It must live on in Alara.
Thought he'd be here by now. Where is Stenwick? He gave everything to keep me alive, even his life. I don't even know what to do now. Does that mean that was his plan all along, wasn't it? And I never got to thank him. If this is what he wanted, then I must see it through. You still have his amulet? Take it to the altar. We'll say a few words for him. So these moats are all that's left of dear Stenwick. What's that sound? Can you hear it?
We meet again, ally of the Viridian Sentinel. Now you seek to subjugate these woods once again. How I long to watch you stumble and fail. But an ancient pact compels me to explain the rite. Then there will be no Viridian Sentinel. The yoke about our necks for centuries would be freed. Of course, there is one way to ensure the princess does not become the Sentinel. Destroy the Spriggan bud I gave you, and she will fail. It is true, but we have endured a slow death for much longer. Man was not meant to rule over nature. No matter their intentions, they can...
I think I'm better now. Gods, what is this place?
I'll give you notes later, Kobo.
I didn't think we'd be able to pull through at the end, but we did. We did! You can't imagine how this feels. I had no idea Stenwick had this kind of... power. I can feel the earth. I can taste the wind. It's like every piece of this forest is a part of me. I will remain here, a part of these woods forever. Could I even command the beasts? It seems that it would have been a trivial matter. More than that, the rocks themselves give me strength. I feel immortal. Apologies, my friend. This power, it's heady, like a deep, cold pool. Refreshing, but so easy to fall into. I have much to learn, it seems. We met only briefly, but the forest will remember your deeds forever. I will make sure of it. So much has happened to me. It's hard to think clearly. No, I belong here, in these woods. Eventually, the Weird and I will come to terms. I see our past and present through the eyes of the Sentinel. There will never be love between us, but understanding is not too much to ask.
What in Moloch's name took you so long? You think I got time to sit on my arse out here? This job's hit a major snag, and I need your help. It's the damn mage, of course. I told you. Working for them always gives me a headache, and this one's a real piece of work. I got here and the stupid mage... Well, you better just see for yourself. Follow me. Can you believe this? The fool's turned himself into iron. It's like a practical joke. I keep expecting my boss to step out from behind a rock and just tell me he wanted to see how I'd react. I'd carry the bastard if he wasn't so damn heavy. To stop me from taking him away. Said some stupid drivel about emotions. If there's one thing I hate more than magic, it's emotions. Can you just deal with this for me? I can't even think at this point.
Hello there. I suggest you don't try to pick me up. You'll only injure your back. Don't ask for any long-winded explanations, either. It's tiring to talk when you're made of iron. No choice. That brute was going to forcibly remove me from the ruins, and I can't leave yet. I have to get my emotions back under control first. Precisely. My emotions are gone. Fear, anger, happiness, sadness. They got away from me, in the literal sense. It's this alien relic here. It's a gateway into the Salasali dream state. But by the time I realized it, my emotions were already gone. Yes, you could go into the dream state and convince them to come back. You'll have to upset them, though. Drive them to experience their counterbalanced state. Anger to fear, happiness to sadness, that sort of thing. You know, you'd think...
I can't believe this. You're just gonna lie down and take a nap?
Don't! Please! You're going to eviscerate me, I just know it! I don't want to be eviscerated! It's... Because I had a nightmare, and someone told me they were going to eviscerate me. They described it in great detail, how they were going to cut me open and let all my internal organs spill out. My liver, my stomach. It was terrible. And it wasn't a very funny joke. My father was eviscerated, as a matter of fact. I'll put up with a lot, but jokes about evisceration are where I draw the line. Oh, now you're making jokes about my mother. Now you've done it. Now you've made me mad. I'm going back to Arnatoli. What are you looking at? Did I say you could look at me? I don't think so. I don't even want you sharing my air. You're a festering boil on the lip of reality. I don't like boils or things that fester. Move on. Oh, tell me you didn't say that. Tell me I didn't hear that right. Oh God, you're ruthless. Please, no more. Did you see how gray it is here? Everything is gray, just like my life. One long chain of miserable, lonely days, each one worse than the day before it. I don't know. I was hoping you knew, but now I'm disappointed again. I always tell people how bad things are, and then they get worse, and so the next time I see them, I have to tell them all over again. You're just saying that because you feel sorry for me. You don't actually care. In fact, I'm sure you would prefer if I just went away. That's fine. I'm used to it. Nobody ever really wants me around. I'll... Tyrdes is... For some reason, looking at you makes me want to vomit. My emotions just feel like they're going to burst out and run away again. Overall, though, I am feeling a little lighter on my feet. I think so. I won't know for sure until I get home to my wife. Come to think of it, she's very similar to this Ayleid relic. She's old and strange and brings out all of my emotions. Regardless, though, I'm ready to go whenever your friend is.
So when I saw you go down for a nap, I decided this partnership was over. I certainly didn't think you were doing your part. Then the mage suddenly stands up and says he's ready to go, and that I have you to thank for it. Is that true? All right, I don't need to hear any more. I'm not gonna pretend I understand any of this, and I don't really want to. Here's your half of the payment. I'll make sure the mage gets safely to his destination.